I was just reading this article here on HuffingtonPost.com about the fact that the marriage rate in America has dropped dramatically. I was interested to hear what you guys think of that. As you know, I'm not married. I've been divorced almost 12 years, 11 and a half, I think. And the question comes up quite a bit. Are you going to get married? When are you going to get married? Blah, blah, blah. As a girl, I wanted to grow up and get married and have babies and all that good stuff. And I did that, and it unfortunately didn't work out. But that in itself is not why I haven't remarried. I am very career driven. I love what I do. I have, things that I want to accomplish in my life, and I can't just settle down with just anyone just for the sake of being married. I'm not sure if marriage is something that I want to do again in my life. I'm not sure that it's not. But to be honest with you, I have it made. I can get up at 3 in the morning, or I can go to bed at 3 in the morning. I can eat in the middle of my bed, cookies and crackers even. Crackers make for a crummy husband. That's a stupid joke. I love my career, I travel, I have great friends. And then there's the fact that my children are older. It might have been better to remarry if I were going to while the children were younger, simply because it would have been nice to maybe have that family structure. But at this point, they're practically raised. I've got one out of the house and one with 1 foot out the door. It's not really the time to introduce a stepdad, considering the fact, my daughter was probably, I think, 3 and a half when I divorced, and so she doesn't even remember there ever being a man in the house. We're used to the way that we do things, we like the way that we do things, and that's all fine and good. They were discussing in the article that men and women don't need each other anymore. They don't need to marry in order to survive. And so that's kind of the situation that I'm in. So it would have to take someone really special, or it would have to take someone that you just want to spend every waking minute with, and every sleeping minute, I guess, too, in order to get married, which I think is a good thing. I think you should want to be with that person all the time. I think it should be a fabulous partnership and a fun, exciting venture together, more so than just out of necessity. So to me, from my perspective, that seems like the big difference in what's causing this dramatic decline. My thoughts are pretty simple. I'm not into cohabitating because I believe paperwork is necessary. Of course, I'm a conservative Southern woman anyway, but I think that in this day and age, and at my age, let's talk about age for a second. I'm 38 and a half. I have a career. I have, my business, my home, my children, everything that I've worked so hard to accomplish. And anyone at this point that I might choose to marry is going to have more or less the same. And so I think paperwork is important at this age, but when you're just starting out, you build a life together and everything becomes yours together. But as you're older, the idea of remarrying, I think, definitely requires paperwork. I'll say, too, that being single has its hard times. There are times I get lonesome. There are times that I need help with something. There are times that being single has its pitfalls or downside. And I look at that and I think about my married friends and the fact that they have hard times, too. There's hard times inside a marriage and there's hard times outside of a marriage, being a single person. I think that the grass is green on both sides of that fence. I think that for as much as I'm lonesome or I would like to have someone around, probably the same percentage of time a married person is annoyed or aggravated or would love some quiet time or love to be alone. So I think there's, some kind of equal pros and cons there. I really think, like I said, the grass is green on both sides of that fence. So what about you? I would love to hear what you think. Why do you think the marriage rate is on the decline? And how do you feel personally about marriage? Do you feel like it's a good thing? Do you feel like it's necessary? Should make for a good discussion, so I look forward to hearing your thoughts.